Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Reeti and I am back with another lecture in the OS series. In the last lecture, we learned about the fork system call. In this particular video, we would be learning about two different types of mode in operating system, user mode and kernel mode. So without any further ado, let's get started. Now computer operates in two modes. First is the user mode and second is the kernel mode. Now in the user mode, there is a limited access to system resources. Basically, we can see a mode where the user applications and non-critical processes run. Now coming to the kernel mode, so kernel mode has the full access to the system resources. So we can say the mode where the core of operating system basically kernel runs. So the user mode is the one where we have limited access to the system resources because user can't go ahead and directly access all the hardware resources, correct? But in the kernel mode, since operating system is managing the communication between the user and the hardware, so it has the full access to the system resources. So we can say the core of operating system, basically the kernel where it runs, is called as kernel mode. Now let's understand from an example. Consider an example of a restaurant. Now, customers can only place orders but cannot enter the kitchen. So, this is an example of a user mode because in the same way, apps can only place request. So, there is any application, they can only place a request. They can't go ahead and process that particular request. Now, coming to the kernel mode, so chefs have the full access to the ingredients and can prepare food. In the same way, operating system has full access to the hardware and can handle the system operation. So, this happens in the kernel mode where the operating system has the full access to the hardware and it can handle the system operations. While in the user mode, the apps can only place a request via a system call. So, a customer cannot cook their own meal. They have to request the chef to do it. So, in the same way, user doesn't have the direct hardware access. So, they have to request the operating system via a system call. So, here you can see that we have two spaces, user space and kernel space. In the user space, we have compilers, user applications, system libraries and system calls. In the kernel space, we have kernel modules, and then we have CPU, hardware and RAM. Now, here in the user space, consider the user wants to open an application. So, it will request the operating system to open an application. So, there will be a system call which will be generated. Now, this particular system call get processed in this particular kernel space. Now, what is a mode bit? So, a mode bit is a special flag, basically a binary flag, so we can consider 0 or 1 in the CPU that indicates whether the system is running in user mode or the kernel mode. So, we need to know that whether the system is running in a user mode or kernel mode, because of which the mode bit came into picture. Now, in the user mode, the value of mode bit is 1. In the kernel mode, the value of mode bit is 0. Now, it plays crucial role in ensuring security, stability by restricting direct access to any critical system resources. As I told that only kernel has some of the authorities to access some of the system resources, so it makes sure that there is no direct access to the critical system resources. Now, the value of mode bit for user mode and kernel mode can differ from system to system. Here we are considering the value 1 for the user mode and the value 0 for the kernel mode. Now, for example, consider you want to open a file in Notepad. Now, Notepad requests the operating system to open a file. Basically, a system call is generated. So, the CPU sets the mode bit to 0 because since a system call is generated, now it goes to the kernel mode so that that particular request is processed to allow the operating system to access the disk. Now, the operating system reads the file and hands the control back to the Notepad. So, the CPU sets the mode bit back to 1. Now, here it goes to kernel, it processes the request, it gets the file from the file system, and then when it gets the file, then it sets the mode bit back to 1, which is basically the user mode, ensuring restricted access. Now, kernel mode. So, kernel mode is the mode in which the core of operating system, basically kernel, runs. It has unrestricted access to all system resources, hardware, memory, input-output devices, etc. The OS kernel executes all privileged operations like memory management, process scheduling, hardware access. So, as I told it, kernel is the core part of operating system which handles all the things like memory management, process scheduling, hardware access, and all those things are taken care by the kernel. Now, in the kernel mode, it says that the kernel of operating system run, basically all the process management, memory management, all those things happens in the kernel mode. Now, the kernel mode is highly privileged because it can access and modify system critical resources. At it says that it has unrestricted access to all the system resources. Malfunctioning code in the kernel mode can lead to system crashes or security vulnerabilities. So, as I told that kernel has unrestricted access to all the system resources, we cannot even afford any failure in the kernel mode because it can lead to system crash. Therefore, only trusted OS components like system services run in the kernel mode, as the kernel mode has the full access to the system resources. Now, here is a diagram. There is a user mode, there is a kernel mode having the mode bit as 1 and 0. Now here user is asking the operating system to process a request. Now here the user asks the operating system to process a request. There is a system call which is generated. Now to process that particular system call, it goes to the kernel mode. But before going to the kernel mode, it set the mode bit as 0 because the kernel mode has the mode bit as 0. Now it says that right now it is going to perform in the kernel mode. Now it comes to the kernel mode, process the request. Now it will show the data or process data to the user. So basically it goes to the user mode. But before again going to the user mode, it set the mode bit value as 1 and then it returns to the user mode. So this is how the user mode kernel mode switching happens. Now what is user mode? So user mode is the mode in which the user application and non-critical processes run. The OS ensures that the user applications have restricted access to the system resources and cannot directly interact with the hardware. As in the system resources, we have a lot of things, so we can't allow the users to go ahead and modify any of the system resources. Now user mode acts as a protective barrier, ensuring that the user application cannot directly harm the system or gain any unauthorized access to critical resources. Even a user application is compromised, it cannot take the full control of system as it has the limited access, because full control of the system or full control of the system resources is provided to the operating system because it only handles the communication between the user and the hardware. Now let's see that how the transition between these two modes happen. So the transition between these two modes is called as a context switch, and it happens when there is a system call. So whenever a user program needs to access hardware or perform a privileged operation, it makes a system call to request this from the kernel. The OS switches from the user mode to kernel mode to handle the request. So since a system call is generated because there is a request which is provided by the user, switches from the user mode to the kernel mode. So whenever there is a system call, there is a switch between the user mode and kernel mode which happens. Now the next one is interrupts. So hardware or software interrupts trigger the kernel to execute an interrupt service routine in kernel mode. After handling the interrupt, the control again returns to the user mode. So whenever the interrupts happen, again there is a context switch between the user and kernel mode. It goes to the kernel mode, and in the kernel mode it goes to execute the interrupt service which is present in the kernel mode. Now next one is exceptions. So if a user program encounters a critical error like dividing by 0, an exception may cause a transition to kernel mode for error handling. Now consider that if there is an exception like dividing by 0, something is getting divided by 0, so it goes to the kernel mode because kernel mode has all the exception and error handling. So in case of exceptions, in case of interrupts, in case of system calls, there is a context switch which happens between the user mode and the kernel mode. Now imagine you want to print something on the screen using a program. So there is a program which needs to print hello world on the screen. So how it happens? So the step 1 is user mode. Your program starts execution. So the printf function runs in the user mode. It cannot directly access the screen, that is hardware. So it cannot go ahead and directly access the screen and print the same on the screen. So step 2 is the system call. As the user wants to print something on the screen, it cannot go ahead and directly access the hardware components. So it requests the operating system via the system call. Request to kernel mode. Now printf internally calls the write system call. This triggers a trap or interrupt which tells the CPU to switch to the kernel mode. Now here there is a write system call which is generated which tells that this particular thing needs to be printed on the screen. So here is a context switch which happens. Now step 3 in the kernel mode. OS handles the request. So the operating system kernel processes the write system call. It interacts with the display driver to print that particular text on the screen. Now as part of step 4, switching back to the user mode. So the kernel completes the task and returns the control to the program. The CPU switches back to the user mode and the program continues the execution. So this particular thing has been printed into the screen with the help of operating system which happens to be in the kernel mode. In the user mode, the user basically requests for something. In the kernel mode, all those requests are processed and then the switch back to a user mode happens. Now in the kernel mode, the operating system has complete control over the system and can perform high level operations. While in the user mode, it limits the access to system resources, providing a secure environment for running application. This separation ensures that the system remains stable and secure while allowing the applications to operate effectively. So this particular separation makes sure that all the applications operate effectively. There's a stable and secure environment. So we can see that in the user mode, the user has some limited access to the system resources. Also in the user mode, the user applications and non-critical tasks run. Coming to the kernel mode, the core of operating system runs in the kernel mode basically, which is the kernel. It has full access to the system resources. Now user needs to interact with the hardware via the operating system. So user can only provide requests to the operating system. Rest processing of the request, checking checking for the access authorization is taken care by the operating system. So there is a user mode, there is a kernel mode. The switching happens between the user and kernel mode whenever there are any interrupts, exceptions or system calls. So this was all about the user mode and the kernel mode. I hope you like this video. So if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're someone who is new to my channel, can go ahead and watch out the tech content first. And if you find it useful, can go ahead and subscribe. Also, if you have not followed me on my social media handles, you can go ahead and follow. The links are in the description. Till then, take care, keep learning, keep growing, keep smiling. Bye all.